Alright guys, with all the, I guess you could say, tutorial videos I've been putting up, and you know what, lately there has been some training footage, but a lot of it has either been just snippets of recommendations. I figured I'd throw in what a training day looks like nowadays. And I'm still on the lower push-pull cycle, and this is a heavy lower power day. And again, everything I do is based off the RPE scale. Today was a really crappy day. I got 365 for a triple at an RP of 9, which means with 1 in the tank. And usually a triple high bar with 1 rep in the tank for me is, I'd say, about 385 to 395 depending on how good I'm feeling. But just was not feeling it today. And I think a lot of it had to do with the fact that the past 2 days I've just been sitting on my butt mostly. So energy was there, motivation was there, but just feeling really tight. And that 365 for 3 with 1 to tank felt just barely right. And you know, looking back on this footage now and looking at the footage from all angles, you know, my depth on the high bar just wasn't what it usually is. So I can totally see that, yeah, I have been indeed been too much of a I guess a computer bodybuilder of late, where I'm either sitting down or training, and all the more reason, I guess, to get a stand-up desk, which is what I asked for Santa this year. But this was my back off weight, so 365 for 3 was my top end weight, the heavy set, and then all the work afterwards is based on that. And the way my programming is done, you know, uh, everything from the amount of weight I use to how many sets I do in a workout, it all goes based on my system. And today was a 3-set day. And the thing is, usually when it comes to squats, even on my heavy days, I'm able to usually fit about 5 heavy sets. But today this was pretty much all I had. And you know, again, one thing about having bad days is that you just have to get good at them, and that's one thing I really want to make it clear. And the more I post up these videos, you guys are going to get to see that crap, I have some shitty days sometimes, and it's really about how you handle those shitty days. And I've learned to fold it when I need to and milk it when I can.
You reach it?
Oh, this will be fine. One more try and it'll be fine.
So after the deadlifts, after the squats rather, we had some deadlifting, and I'm doing partial deadlifts just because deadlifts beat the crap out of me. And personally, I get so much more out of I guess you could say, a barely legal rack pull, because this is only about 4.5 inches off the floor, but it's safer. I can actually use significantly more weight, and it actually lets me I get a lot better at pulling from the floor when I do 80% of my pulling from I guess this from this position, from a rack pull position. So that was my test set, just to see where I was at on that day. And believe it or not, even though the squats were kind of they kind of sucked, the deadlift was on, and this was my top heavy set right here, which was 585 for a triple with I guess you could say 1 rep in the tank, or I called it a 9.5, which, you know, pretty much means that maybe I could have done, you know, 595, but I didn't. So 585 at 9.5, and I felt it was definitely a morale booster, given the fact that, you know, I just was not feeling it today. And again, most of my pulling, just because of my biomechanics, I'm meant to squat and press more than I am to pull. You know, traditional deadlifts are just too taxing on me, and not only that, when I deadlift often, I just don't improve on the lift. So here's what the big 3 look like. And looking back now, I'm not too pleased with it. I mean, the weight felt relatively easy. Um, However, there was a little wasted motion in my hip. You know, my butt went back instead of straight forward to the bar, which is always my thing when deadlifting. I want to bring my hips to the bar, taking the shortest path possible. And here's another angle as to give you an idea of just how close to an actual full deadlift we were. Well, I was using on my rack pulls on this day, and this was my first back off set after the big set, the big 585 for 3, and I'm actually going back to sumo again, and that's been my thing with deadlifts and stances. It's been my most frustrating lift, and I've never really figured exactly what works best for me, but I think I finally have it down. And this is probably the best my deadlift has ever seen. I'm gonna send this video to Eric Helms, who's probably my harshest critic when it comes to my deadlifting form, so he can give me the thumbs up on it and tell me that, damn it, Berto, I think you're right. I think you finally have this thing figured out. So this was a 545 for a triple, and again, usually I have a lot of back offsets, but today on the squats I was only able to get 2 back offsets, and when it came to this movement here, only 1. So this is my piss poor attempt afterwards, and my body just pretty much said no. And again, this kind of goes to show you that all athletes, regardless of what level they're at, and not to say that I'm at the top, but at least, you know, I at this point have the privilege of getting my butt whipped by those guys. We all have, I guess, human days. It's just you kind of have to put your emotions to the side and be inhuman and learn to move on. So I'll take it. Next time it'll be better. And then this day, we put the cherry on top with some glute ham raises, which is a new movement to me. I'm still getting used to it. Not very good at it. And that's my lower power, quick and easy. I do calves on a different day just because I'm too wiped after this, and you will see that actually, even though it's a lower push-pull cycle, my workouts differ a lot from light to medium to heavy. That's it from me, guys. Hope you enjoyed that and got something from it.